pleased with how things have gone.
Young people ready for the industry after a year.
The fact that 5 apprentices have been given job opportunities already speaks for itself.
It's year 3 for the engineering apprentices of North Highland College UHI. The students employed by their college in a pioneering project that's the first of its kind in Scotland.
The course is getting on fine now that I've been to a few different placements.
I've learnt a lot of things from a lot of different tradesmen and that.
It's been good, I've seen different workplaces.
The course is good, I got my HSC out of it.
The Engineering Apprenticeship programme is a gateway into the industry. A unique scheme in which the college acts as an employer and takes on the student apprentices as paid employees. Conor Mackay was one of the first intake of 12 students. 2 years on, how have they all done?
I'd say I've got a good understanding of most of the things that I've been shown and taught during my time, and I'd like to think that my understanding of it can still grow, but I've got a firm grasp on it.
What has this given you?
Just a really broad baseline understanding of everything I'm going to need to know to give me a good head start going to the workplace, as opposed to going out and knowing nothing, everything being fresh, being confused. I know the basics of what I'm going to need to know, making my further learning on it going to be easier for both my tradesmen and myself.
My apprenticeship's gone really well. I've been to a lot of different places now, so I've gained a lot of experience. I've been in big industries and smaller industries, and I've met a lot of new people throughout doing it. What surprised me about the world of work is I thought an instrument technician would maybe just stick to 1 or 2 things, but there's a variety of things you can do depending on where you work, ranging from places like Kongsberg, where I'm just now doing underwater cameras, to big nuclear buildings like Dunray.
This is a part of the country on the verge of large-scale industrial expansion. The wave and wind power around the northernmost tip of the Scottish mainland places it at the centre of the renewables revolution. Already work is underway to exploit the opportunities that renewable energy presents. Engineering infrastructure is being put in place. It will need the engineers to make it work.
You're doing more work that you obviously wouldn't have done the second or first year. You're getting more responsibilities, and obviously you're building up to coming out your time, which it's just not that long away now. I've learned a lot. Obviously, I was at Dunray then, Jock Campbell's now here. It's obviously it's 3 completely different places, completely different types of work. Obviously here it's more machining. Jock Campbell's is more fabrication, and Dunray's maintenance. So it's just 3 different types of work that it's good to know how each place works.
Training at North Highland College UHI is centred around its E-Tech facility, the Engineering, Technology and Energy Centre. It is the vital provision of human resources for local industry in growth. If people and skills can't be sourced locally, opportunities in the renewable sector and beyond will become opportunities for someone else, somewhere else.
The idea was to try and foster a community-based apprenticeship programme that would allow companies moving into renewable energy to actually take on apprentices. So although the apprentices have all the traditional skills that you'd expect from an engineering trainee, they also have the bolt-on skills as well. So they've been doing various other training programmes, both across at the Maritime Centre at Orkney College to learn maritime skills, but also at local training providers in Caithness as well.
The 4-year college course caters for mechanical, welding, instrumentation and electrical engineering apprentices. In the first year they undertake an SVQ Level 2, performing engineering operations, and they work towards an SQA National Certificate in essential and relevant skills. After 4 years they earn an SVQ Level 3 in a relevant discipline. Apprentices who complete the course receive the industry recognised Modern Apprenticeship Certificate.
They've really developed over the years that they've been with us. Their confidence has grown, their skills have grown as well, and also they realise as well how important this is both to their own development but also to the development of engineering within the Caithness community as well. That's what I get most satisfaction from, is actually seeing them develop over the years. You know, they came in here, some of them just 16-year-old, and you know, quite immature, but now they've been in the industry now for a few years, and they're really sort of coming on and turning into really good young engineers. And I think that's where I get most of my satisfaction from, is seeing them develop through the course of the programme.
It's been good so far, yeah. I've worked with a lot of tradesmen in different places and done a lot of different jobs, so I'm gaining a lot of experience that's good for the future, really. You get a different insight into all the different engineering environments, machining, milling, mechanical fitting, all that kind of stuff. It really gives you an eye-opener into what can be done in an engineering environment, to the fabrication, to the fitting. I knew I was capable of doing this course, and I knew I was capable of doing all the hand skills. The written side of things, it took me a wee bit of time to get my head around it, but other than that, I haven't struggled with anything. I've kind of pulled my socks up and grown up a little, and I feel that I'm going to be a good mechanical engineer when I'm older.
Local engineering companies work closely with North Highland College UHI. Partner firms help to shape the college's apprenticeship scheme to ensure it's tailored to meet the needs of an ever-changing industry. They employ apprentices of their own. They also offer work placements to apprentices from the college scheme. These industry placements are a key element of the course.
We struggle to make people move from the Central Belt or other industrial areas up into the north. So we've always tried to employ homegrown talent, people to go to college here, and people who are prepared to stay here for the long term, because there's not a big turnover of employees in Wick. It tends to be, if you get a job here, there's not many other high-tech firms you can move to up here. So there's always been a brain drain moving them south to Aberdeen and the Central Belt.
We know they can deliver the core skills training because our apprentices do it, but it's actually the further preparation, the sort of getting the awareness of going to the marketplace. The guys and girls have come in, been very, very well trained, very, very equipped, and it's fair to say I think everyone that we've had has slotted in really good to our squads.
Yeah, it definitely says they're doing something right. I mean, you see apprentices come and go, and like I say, some are better than others, but I think along with the college training that they're getting, they come in here already on a good level.
Now that I've been 3 years in, last year you see me previously when I was at Calder Engineering, that was 9 months ago. Now that I've been to 3 more placements, I feel like I've had a lot more experience and just time to kind of bond with people, and I feel like I'm getting on very well now that also I'm getting more experience. Most people do their normal apprenticeship at one company, but with this, obviously apprenticeship with a college, you're moving around maybe every 3 to 6 months, so you're kind of coming to your comfort zone every time, because it'll be different work, different people, just kind of a different environment every time you're moving, so it's quite challenging, but it's good.
learned quite a lot actually. It's good getting on different placements because you do learn different things at different places. There's always something different happening everywhere else. If we hadn't learned what we did at college, I don't think we would be able to apply it here as well as we do. Yeah.
Dounreay Nuclear Power Station in Caithness is in the process of being decommissioned. Its legacy brings benefit to the college's engineering apprentices. The Nuclear Decommissioning Authority has contributed £400,000 towards the cost of the Apprentices programme, and it lends the expertise of Dounreay's own apprentice training manager.
It's been tweaked every year. I mean, we were quite green ourselves, I think, when we first started. We weren't actually 100% sure where we were going to go with everything, but our main drive was, at the end of first year's training, was to have a young person fit for coming into industry. And I think we've achieved that. We've introduced them to a world which they maybe didn't know too much about, like the world of risk assessment, the world of permits, the world of being safe. Not just thinking about yourself, but you've got to think about others as well, and making them aware of this. And I think with the way the course is being set up now, we're achieving that, and I think most of the employers are happy with the standard of the young people who are now coming out of E-Tech.
When we met up again with Declan Mackay, he had news for us. Declan had been on placement at Calder's Engineering in Thurso and had just been told the placement had become permanent. He's transferring his college apprenticeship over to the company. It's a foothold in the world of work.
I started 6 months ago here at Calder's, and just yesterday that they took me into the office and offered me a full-time, to continue my apprenticeship. It's amazing.
Of the 12 apprentices we've filmed since they started at North Island College, UHI, 5 have transferred to local firms. Companies who've snapped them up to be their apprentices, having seen their work on placement. Kyle Myers has been taken on by Gow's Leibster Limited, Connor McIntosh by E&M Engineering. 2 others came back to college to give us their progress reports. Corey Mackay, who's now an apprentice with Ross-Shire Engineering, part of the Global Energy Group, and Sam Parsons, who has an apprenticeship with Dounreay Site Restoration Limited.
Doing my HNC gave me a vast knowledge of what I need to know in different engineering parts of the job, but getting practical experience did help as well. Being out of Dounreay or being with JRGC gave me a lot of experience on hands-on of how to work, use tools properly and efficiently and stuff like that, so it was really well thought out that way.
Our first year of our apprenticeship relates quite heavily to what we're doing on site, with the boards that we did in the workshop, and just doing different bits of install work and maintenance. So we learnt how induction motors work in our H&C class, and that relates quite well to the work that we do at Dounreay, because at least then you've got a knowledge on how the thing that you're repairing works.
The benefits of this pioneering project at North Highland College UHI are clear. The quality of training for its young apprentices is widely endorsed across the engineering industry. 12 apprentices were taken on in the first year, 6 in the second. The course comes at a cost, and the college is now exploring ways of underpinning its future financially.
One of the things that we need to do is to make the operation of the programme financially more sustainable in the long run. We've benefited very much from receiving dedicated project funding support, which clearly will only last for a certain period of time. Allows us to cover the costs of running the programme with our initial intakes. But what we need to establish is a more financially sustainable arrangement with our employers and with our stakeholders so that we can continue to offer the new programme, albeit in a slightly different way. One of the things we'll need to look at very closely is the arrangement for the way that the apprentices work with the various employers involved in the scheme. We are very mindful of the fact that by the time the apprentices are out on placement, during the second, third year of their apprenticeship, they're actually quite a valuable resource to the employers. And that being the case, I think it's reasonable for us to look to our employers perhaps to make a bigger financial contribution to the running of the new apprenticeship programme scheme.
The course at North Highland College UHI is an investment in this area's future. Over the years, the number of engineering apprenticeships on offer has fallen. What the college has done is to step into the training gap, doing what it does best, building careers and building a future.